There is something about West Coast swing that makes dancing and watching it a very fun experience. It can be danced to many types of music, and one can incorporate a great array of moves and combinations even from other dances. This dance has evolved and continues to evolve quickly, which makes West Coast swing very popular around the world. The real origins of West Coast swing are quite blurry. Some historians have serious doubts about its conception in the 1930s and disagree with what other researchers say about how the dance started. However, one fact that most dance historians agree on is that West Coast swing evolved from a dance called Lindy Hop. The Lindy Hop was created in Harlem, New York in 1928. The name was a tribute to Charles Lindberg, often nicknamed Lucky Lindy. Early Lindy Hop dancers used jazz music to dance, but they didn't use jazz moves exclusively. They began mixing steps from other popular dances of the time, like tap and Charleston. As jazz music evolved into swing in the early 1930s, Lindy dancers combined steps of partner dancing with more improvised solo dance moves. Particularly, the African American dancers of the Savoy Ballroom in Harlem developed new moves that caught people's attention. Many historians agree that Lindy Hop was the first and most popular swing dance, and therefore where the rest of the swing dances come from. By that time, there is some evidence that proves the existence of swing dancers on the West Coast in places like San Francisco and San Diego. However, there is one man directly linked to the history and creation of West Coast swing in Los Angeles, and that is Dean Collins. Dean Collins' real name was Solomon Rudowski, and he was born on May 29, 1917 in Columbus, Ohio. He grew up in Newark, New Jersey, where he learned to dance and was heavily influenced by the Savoy dancers in New York. His goal was always to become an actor and appear in films, so in 1936 he moved to Los Angeles and began looking for work in the industry. According to an article in Dance Spirit magazine, he was worried that his Jewish name would set back his career, so he changed it to Dean Collins. Collins got his break in movies around 1941. When he did, he also began competing in many dance club swing contests, winning a few times. Dean danced his own version of the Savoy-style Lindy Hop, and it was this style of dancing that helped influence what we now know as West Coast swing. Nobody in LA had seen that style swing before, and as Dean Collins began to win more competitions and appeared in more films, he also became a popular dance instructor. By 1950, he had 17 movies under his belt and was a full-time teacher. During his tenure as a dance star, Dean Collins had two dance partners. The first one was Bertha Lee. The second one was Jewel McCowan. He won competitions and appeared in films with both, but most people of the era recognized Jewel more. It's worth mentioning that according to some historians, Dean Collins never took credit for the influence he had on this West Coast style. Before he died on June 1st, 1984, he simply said in an interview, "Style? There is no style. There is only swing."